How did United States become a superpower? The world's superpower, United States, did not become a successful country overnight. It took many years, heroes, and some good fortune for the country to become what it is today, the world's largest democracy. And in this video, we are discussing how did America become a superpower. Journey of America can be described into two parts. The first part is the struggle for American dream. What is the American dream? American dream is to provide equal opportunities to all and to live with peace. While the second part was the collapse and the conflicts of the superpowers in Europe. All the superpowers of Europe engaged in wars, leaving United States alone, industrializing and economically improving. It was basically the lack of competition that made US take the position of the superpower. Let's go through history and discuss those parts briefly. The United States declared their independence in 1766 and began to known as the country, the only country to defeat the British. But they managed to defeat the British because they had heroes called the freedom fighters. Those freedom fighters laid the foundation of a country soon to be the superpower. After declaring their independence, General Washington was declared as the first president of the United States. General Washington was also one of the most famous freedom fighters in the American history. In March of 1784, America appeared on the world map for the first time. And did you know? In the world's longest surviving constitution, stating, "We the people affirm that the government of United States exists to serve its citizens, guaranteed the justice and equality." As like other superpowers, the fate of United States changed a lot due to industrialization. The Industrial Revolution was a time when the manufacturing of goods moved from small shops to large factories. The United States began profiting a lot from the Industrial Revolution, and soon they grew up their markets and their own factories, making the country from developing to developed. But this doesn't end here. After getting industrialized, the country began dominating the world. And today, the world knows as United States, attracts millions of immigrants and millions of tourists. That's why United States is called the land of opportunities. So, the American dream basically is the dream of every person, which is success. United States mostly capitalized when European nations began to fight. They remained neutral in wars for a long time. General Washington, the first president of the United States, in his last message gave two advices to the people of America. First one was to stay neutral in wars, and the second one was to avoid permanent foreign relations. And by exactly doing those things, they began to improve their economy, industries, and their fate. World War I started. European countries and the industrial giant Britain entered the war, but the United States continued on its journey for world domination. The United States will certainly make a wrong choice and enter the war, but because of their high tech and better economic conditions than other countries, they will have to suffer the least amount of casualties in the war. But as the World War I ended, with more industrial growth and economical improvements, United States are now considered as the world major power. And just like they did in industrialization, they began to dominate the army too. Once they are a major power, they will eventually engage in a few wars, but they will not lose in any war except for the Vietnamese War. And by dominating the industrial sector and the army, United States was now called the superpower.